So what I was going to say after we discuss today, I would like to think together. Maybe it would be smarter for us to try to move these brownies and balloons that we have created into a project that is based on the VR room with the new interaction system and stuff. If we take a look here at the assets, we don't have the interaction system, the new input system, because the VR UI workflow is from 2020 or 2021. So
You might have to like change the way that implement the new um, interact with the new input system. And
no, I didn't do anything like input system wise because it's working the way it is. However, this sphere is a really like setback for us because we try to see where the panel is, but it never shows.
That's why I just like created a new one based on their version, because that wasn't working for me. I didn't understand what was going on.
I am extremely proud of you because what I thought about suggesting you already did. So
Yeah.
it shows that you got this thinking correctly and everything. So, and I just wanted also to let everybody know, not just John, that there are two systems, VR interface interaction systems. This one is the VR UI, and we can find it under this content folder. Everything here comes from the VR UI tutorial that allows us to create a very simple project, but highly following standards about distance controlling view of the panel and stuff. But for us, again, it's too much. If we click the scenes and go to main,
Sorry, which version is this in? You said that the spheres in, I'm just for the notes, I'm trying to capture the notes.
version or
Well, you said that the UI is not being displayed in the sphere, right? It doesn't work for us to see it with the headset, right?
it does, but we need to have an extra time to find the correct position. So it's being problematic. For example, this is the original scene for the UI. So it's only a very simple project. You have something like, oops, where is that? It's only for the headset testing. So you can click panels that are floating like buttons, just like design an important sign, but there are some cubes here next to us for this sphere to handle the order of rendering. So although it's best practices at play here, it's not helpful for us in our scenes. So what Gillian did was what I was going to suggest is that duplicating the project VR room, because the VR room project doesn't use VR UI workflow. They use a more up-to-date set of packages, which is XR interaction. And they don't have this sphere around us.
Well, I used the watershed, what we had from Watershed Explorers. I moved some things in and then just adapted them all. So I didn't use the VR room.
But
Heads up.
if you were able to circumvent this
Yeah.
difficulty, that's great, right?
Okay.
So after having this update and notices, I created a new scene and I organized the types of brownie. I'm going to start with the easiest one, which is brownie with the arrow. So here, brownie appears. And then there is only the arrow and balloon, like brownie is communicating, hey, come here. This is where you need to go to punching, right? So this is okay. Now the ones with interactions. First, the ideas that we were having before was like brownie with things around it, like balloons. I didn't use time to create balloons because it was going to ask me to create more material. So I just moved the icons around and I left the balloon that Brownie communicates with us, right? In this workflow, we would be opening panels independently, like Brownie is in the scene and we go there. Let's say I want to have help, so I click here. And then a panel with help appears. After I am helped, I can click OK, it disappears. If I want to go to the options, I click here, a panel with option appears. And after that, I'm okay, I go back here. And also the checklist. So we press, the checklist appears. I can take a look at the checklist. Okay, go back. So Brown is always in the scene with the former elements that were hanging on the screen.
Can you click on the checklist again? So here's a thought. Okay, go ahead and just click OK. I mean, it seems to me that that checklist does not take up much space. I mean, you just displaying the checklist. You know how in the headset in the desktop it would always be up there, but I think that checklist
Should
is
be here instead of this icon.
instead of that icon. Why not just display the checklist and then it's always visible to Brownie's right?
Cool.
I think that'll work. It's not too big.
Mhm.
I mean, to me, and again, I don't know how important. When I look at this and Jillian, take a look at this and Kavya, Nasreen, everybody. I'm not sure the balloons are necessary. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got, as long as you've got intuitive icons near Brownie, right? And so if you had the checklist there, the checklist would always be displayed.
Mhm.
I mean, when I look at that, it's like, oh, there's a question mark. It's always going to be available. I can click it, right?
Yeah.
And then so there's the help, right? And then the hamburger list there is the options.
So instead of having the panel for checklist, we put the checklist
Yeah, just put the
itself
checklist itself
here
here.
next to Brown.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the first one. The second one, just because we discussed about that,
Yeah.
it's the multi-balloon. It's only one balloon, and Brownie's balloon updates based on what we are interacting with. So, for example, there is only one balloon. If we cover, Brownie changes the text. And then if we click,
Well, that's cool.
the multi-panel that Gillian is working on will be appearing, right? So in this workflow with the balloon, we'll be able for us to give one more feedback of interface. Well, what is this for? Like, oh, maybe help or options or whatever. And I put here just to test, but it's not working because of the RUI. Let's imagine that when I click the balloon here, this panel opened like with all the options. And this one here even has everything developed from 2 years ago, I guess, from LVSIF. Yeah. The third tab, letter C. Letter C is the help thing. Being canvas and phone here. So this first step A is for the game descriptions. But if we open the second tab, it would be to adjust graphics, and the third tab for help. So I know this is a little bit more, but it's because it's already developed. But ideally, like if we have one panel that has the two levels, like options and help, that's enough. We also discussed in level 2 putting the arrows just like it's here, just circle through the possible helps. It's already working, right? So the only thing that we would be doing is to remove this panel from the center camera because it's following the head no matter what, because it's in the center camera. Yeah,
But that's not a. I mean, if we go with that option, with the floating panel like that, it wouldn't matter if it's in front, you'd want it to be in front of you anyway, if it's open. That makes sense.
yeah, but yeah,
Because when you're done with it, you would close. right?
yes.
Okay, so on-screen. So on-screen help.
A is the general help. That in this case, it's nothing. Because this is just like the follow head functionality, and I created like 4 buttons to troubleshoot while developing. This is not for the game.
So it would go away, that would go away. B, we wouldn't use either, that was the anti-aliasing.
Yeah, we would just
Yeah.
set it up
So
to
that
be
would-
whatever, so no.
So no, we wouldn't even need that,
And
C,
we would have 2 tabs then. We would have the options, right?
right,
And C would be the help.
and these are the same cards you think too that we would be using, or?
Not specifically. Let me just move this. And so I can collect it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the help cards look like right now. Look through those. That's kind of.
Move your head to look around. Keep going. I had already removed the other desktop functionalities. So if we want to add other cards here that are specific to the VR version, we will also be able to.
So there's 2, how many cards, anything else?
Here,
Yeah.
there's two.
2.
Yeah, I upgraded even the interface, like there is a finger with a pointer. Instead of the cursor of the mouse. I mean, I just brought it because I found it there that I
Yeah.
had developed for, and it's less. It's just a matter for like GM to grab this from the hierarchy and put it somewhere that makes sense. I don't know if it's gonna be attached to the face in this camera, or if we're gonna be making it a fixed panel, just like we had discussed in Watershed.
Do you want to see what I did? Because I kind of did that
Well,
too.
yes.
Okay, yeah,
The only thing is that when I go into the game mode, like in the headset, I can see everything clearly, but in the game mode, it's all blurry, so you can't see it well for some reason.
It might be the
network or this.
here, the scale, like this. So if you
Yeah.
remove the scale, it gets better. Can you share the screen?
Yep.
Actually, a good question about like the preparing hole, like, because like the size of the hole doesn't matter, like, it doesn't affect anything else, right? So once we just make the hole, like have the scale like 0.1, or just make it like so tiny, it doesn't. matter.
That's a great idea.
Say that again?
Yeah, like, because like the hole makes it so that nothing
That's a
inside
great
of it
idea.
shows, right? So I was thinking, yeah, either we move it out of the hole or we make the hole small. So that,
I love working groups because mental fixedness, right, happened, and I was,
I'm still not understanding.
Because
Make
I
a
was
circle.
so like caught up in the idea that they prepared the role to be doing that, but that I didn't think about what one thought, like just
basically,
make it very small. It's
like-
still there, but it's not gonna affect so
so
much.
basically nothing in this hole appears. So I was asking Junior, what if we just make the hole like smaller? Like have the scale of like 0.1 and we make it so it's more like, it doesn't, like, you can place it, like, you can place objects here. And it, like the hole will still be smaller, like it's outside the hole and it will still show. It's basically that. I'm not sure if it doesn't affect it well, so that's like my main concern.
What's the purpose of the hole again?
Inside the hole, uh, it creates a protection for like an order of rendering of 3D elements that only shows first whatever we decided, which in the case of the tutorial was the controllers. Because by default, every 3D object is rendered in here. There is this element called render queue.
Mhm.
So the render queue is usually 3000. So every 3D object is in the 3000 position for rendering. So what that means is like, if you touch two objects, for example, these two 3D objects together, they will overlap and some bugs will happen. So to avoid this, what they thought, oh, this Logitech mouse, it's the main controller. And this one here, it's a 3D object. So this needs to be rendered first with priority within the hole. And I will never be moving like bringing these things here. But if I do bring it here, this is going to be with a different render queue priority, so that the computer always renders this first and then renders this one. So there is no conflict. That's why I thought that for us, this is a lot, because we don't have a full-blown 3D game with
Mhm.
lots of 3D objects,
Yeah.
right? And the VR room, they don't even touch on this element of shader queue of renderization. So, but what Juan said, it's a great idea because like I rescale this here that is called prepare hole for, oh, the other one is also to be rescaled. 0.1, 0.1. 0.1. So it's gonna be likely that we'll be able to be moving our panels here without them being affected by the render order.
But we still have to have them.
Yeah, we still have them because all the system has mentioned these objects and in the code.
Mhm.
If we just delete it, the unit is gonna be complaining.
Yeah,
The code is referring to
Got it.
something that is not there.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Juan's idea was great.
that's helpful because I kept looking at this and I'm like, what does this mean? What is
Yeah.
prepare hole? What's hole? What's
Yeah.
offset? I couldn't figure it out, but I just copied what's done.
Yeah, I said this to Jonah a few weeks ago. I think it's very valid for us to include this tutorial for the VR UI as an extra in that course,
Yeah,
because
sure.
it allows us to better understand there are many topics that no other tutorial touch base on, just like this render queue.
Yeah,
There is also, they use a Google framework for immersive interfaces that like scales the distance between the person's eye and the object. Anyways, they have very like documented process, but for our projects, it's too much.
yeah.
So it could be an extra.
I think you have to stop screen sharing for me to screen share. There's, okay. So I used from Watershed Explorers, the panel that's already there, and just changed some things. So I wanted you to see it before I open it, because you won't be able to see what it says. So it says need help up top behind this thing in the way. And then the volume slider, and then this was languages, which there was a script attached to it, but I got rid of that because it was
Yeah, because
CSV.
yeah.
And I don't know how to make that functional right now, but you know, just
Yeah, it's
placeholder
fine.
kind of thing. So.
Yeah, so the blurriness, Giga, look at that, the scale should be 1,
Oh, okay.
because this is just like we are zooming in game view.
Okay, it's the one, but
So
maybe just
it's
'cause it's too
2.2.
far away. No, I moved it down to 1. I think my internet is too slow for some reason. There it is. So you can't really see it. When you have it on the headset,
Yeah,
it's
because-
clear as day, but for whatever reason, it isn't. Yeah, so if I'm that far away, you still can't see it. So anyway, I'll just, oops. So, you know, like they work the same as they do, and then the bottom slider works. And then if you need help, yes, it opens up a help panel. This is just, I made the same panel as, you know, like the help panel, but I just recreated it.
Mhm.
And then this would have to be not transparent. I made the bottom not transparent because I just layered them on top of each other. But I guess you can make it so that one goes away.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when you open it, but that's just how I did it.
So we cannot read because it's very, but did you rewrite the information to be matching the things that we need now? Or did you just wrote the same that we had in that picture?
I got rid of some things that didn't apply anymore. So let me see, I could probably show you what it says in the.
If you click with the right button, on near the game, anywhere the new tab, like here, you can add the scene view while you're playing, so you can see with more freedom.
You sure look at your watch a lot today.
Yeah,
Is this new, Jonathan?
my watch.
Yeah,
So my watch in particular, I've looked at this watch for about 8 months. Until I lost it. And
you
I,
lost
You
it
lost it
really
by
high.
8 months?
I lost this, yeah, I lost it. I don't know where I lost it. Anyway, but I found it and I was very happy because it popped up. I lost connection on it on my Find My iPhone and it popped up the other day and like
Oh,
in steps. And I go and find it. I'm like,
wow.
cool. I was like, wow.
8 months. I thought like the battery was dying by now.
And that's a nice test of battery.
Yeah.
Ooh. No, it's because if the battery's down, it's like dead. And there's always an extra bit of juice, even when it's dead.
Oh, I didn't have an icon for the artifacts because it wasn't in there.
Yeah.
So I just adapted it like from what we had.
Yeah, I did that yesterday as well. I brought the arrow icon
Yeah.
and
I couldn't find
the rock
Well,
from the desktop
I
version.
tried to import them, but then I couldn't figure out how to get it into a little icon. I just found all like the materials and the textures. I couldn't find the actual.
It's because that's a nice thing.
Yeah.
And when we import 2D images to Unity, we always need to change the type of image you want. You have to change from default for 2D UI. Once you change from default texture to 2D UI,
Yeah,
it becomes accessible for you to be used as a
Okay.
sprite or as an
Okay.
image and stuff.
yeah, I couldn't figure that out. So
Like,
that
if
was
you
like-
click, because you have done that, like, you can select rocks, right? Click on the rocks, find where the rock image is,
Yeah.
or I don't know where you put the rock image, but
This was all that I found, or maybe it was this. I can't remember. Because if you click on one of them, like I have this, but I
Yeah,
couldn't
exactly.
find the image.
these are the 3D models.
Yeah,
So the images were under resources 2D, I guess.
okay.
So I can let me
I'm
share the
searching
screen.
for them, but. Oh, here.
No, it's the same. These are the folders for the 3D rocks.
Oh, okay.
I will share the, whoops, yes. I will share the screen to show this process real quick. So that's why there is this folder Brownie desktop. This is everything we had from the desktop version.
Uh-huh,
I brought the arrow like here, but then when we bring up 2D images, the texture type is always default,
yes.
and default doesn't help you to find it and apply as an image. So you have
Uh-huh.
to click here and go Sprite to the UI,
Okay,
and then you apply.
and then it'll show up when
And then
I'm
it shows
searching
up.
for.
Yeah.
Okay. That's helpful.
And what I did also was to, yeah, I put mine here. I put the anthracite image, the arrow green, the arrow white, because sometimes we want to have control. Also an image for the
Yeah.
checklist. All of these were there in the desktop, and I
Yeah.
bought just to fill these spaces.
Yeah,
Right? But just only one step that you missed, and this is there something that you do a lot. So
mhm,
your life has just changed
Yeah.
forever. Level up.
I got
Always
stuck
change.
there. Yeah,
So Dr. Bodin, we have shown what we said we were going to do.
So can we go back to Jillian's again?
let me share. I'll share with somebody.
So to get, where you got the pop-up, just, let's look at the interface again. This step before they get the pop-up, what was,
I didn't have that because I was
Oh, you
waiting for the the.
Yeah, she was
buttons,
working
the
only on the
icons. She was
panel.
supposed to
you were
do
only looking
The
on the
icons
panel.
versus the
Okay,
panel, so I just did the panel, so
All
it
right.
would link to one of those balloons and it would pop up the options. And then from there you could pick help. I don't know if yes, no makes sense, because if you hit no, what happens? Nothing, you know? But then you can, so this is just from what I got from Watershed Explorer, so it's the same, so it'd be like consistent, but.
all right, so it sounds, so I think what we want to do is kind of a two-step process here. The first step is to kind of look at the interface, the initial interface mock-ups that Junior made,
Yeah.
right? In terms of here's Brownie, do we go with just a question mark and the hamburger, or just one thing to display the panel? And I think we agreed that we all like the checklist being displayed.
Yeah,
to
it's
Brown
very,
Express. So
yeah,
that's
very
easy.
convenient.
That's
Yeah,
convenient, so we go with that.
let's write that in the post.
Yeah, if you want to, I got the notes open, if you want to add that, so we want to go with that, and so the checklist goes to the right. So we wanted to, next to decide, you got the checklist. Is the question mark just good enough? Is the hamburger thing good enough? I mean, I think we have two ideas that Junior showed us, so should we look at those and just make a decision on that piece? And then the second piece that we have to make a decision is, okay, so once you click on the thing, what's it gonna look like and do?
Mhm.
And I think we have about 3 different ideas that we just looked
Yeah.
at, and we can decide to pick one, the other, or a combination.
Quick question though, so for children's option, like, so that's one panel, right? So doesn't that kind of like, we're gonna need like much more powers for like the settings, the help the checklist?
No,
No.
because what we could do, if you look at Junior's, you remember Junior had the 3
Yep, I
tabs,
know that.
but I think we can do it with just maybe one tab. So let's kind of we'll walk through all that step by step here for making decisions. So I guess, here's, well, we can just start with this with one option. So in terms of this option, it's like kind of the hamburger
Mhm.
meant, like, I don't know if we need Brownie to say, how can I help you, right? That's not needed. But with that icon to the left like that, inside the if you click on that, if somebody clicks on it.
Can
and
you
then
share the
clicks-
screen as well?
Thank you,
Oh,
Katya.
Thanks, Katya.
Zoom should have made a button reaction like share screen, so it to be easier, right? Because everybody in the planet does that. Just like muting themselves. It took a lot of time for us to get used not to being muted. All right, Dr. Bodin, share this screen now.
All right, so that's one option, is you would have like this multi-panel icon thing, right? That's like a hamburger, and you click that gives you the multi-panel, right?
Yeah.
So that's one option. All right, the other option would be, Gina, that you showed was, I think we had like question mark, right?
Oh, we want to see that one.
Yeah, because we have to decide
Yeah,
what is it that you're going to, what's most intuitive for someone to click?
In this case, we don't have a multi-panel, we have the very individual one. This one is for options. This one is for help. And here, it used to be, it is the checklist, but your idea is better.
Yeah,
So
if
I'm
we want
gonna
to
be
step checklist. Yeah.
bringing this checklist.
Yeah.
This is the very checklist that works, by the way. So I'm gonna be bringing it here.
Hang out next to
Yeah.
Brownie.
Just
Yeah,
call.
I like that.
And it's never four, because it is four like that because it was the prefab. But it's usually either two or three elements, so it's gonna be small, it's not
Yeah.
that vertical big.
Right, so like the checklist was always gonna be there.
Yeah, checklist will always be there. Next round. The all right, so what I think we could do. I would love for there only to be one icon on the left to select instead of two. So the question is, do we go with? And then when you click that one icon, that would give you sort of the multi-panel. We'd have to decide what it's gonna actually do. It
Yeah.
could be like either something that we did the mock-up on the board here Monday, or we go with one of the multi-panel interfaces.
I think that would be better because we always need to simplify the interface and require less click, right?
Yeah.
Since this game is very straightforward, we can easily divide that panel into two areas. The first one will give you the volume and subtitles. I don't think there is anything else in this game.
Yeah.
Because full screen is off. Just
Yeah.
like Jillian said, there is no on-screen help because that is Watershed Explorer functionality. So the first half of the panel will be about game options.
Mhm.
And the second can be that interface of the cards circling. If they-
So all of it on one panel,
Yeah.
basically. So just
Yeah.
put the help below instead of having it, because like you had mentioned, we could like click an arrow and go to the next one for
Oh,
help,
Oh,
but instead of that, like that's why I just use the buttons that were already there, so I don't have to figure out one other thing. So it's just, a click to go to help, but you're thinking just have them all on one panel.
like here, instead of having the three tabs, the top part is going to be like
Volumes.
volume and subtitles here, I don't know. And on the bottom, we can have the help. I don't think that the help with all the textures like we had,
It's too much text.
it's too much, right?
Yeah,
So we can still
the cards.
recycle this.
Yeah,
Recycle this interface that we can present one smaller text with one image that reflects that. So it's gonna be a two-stage panel on. This version is much simpler than the desktop, because desktop, in order for us to manipulate the rocks as well, there was a new whole set of buttons and so here it's just one.
I think that works.
yeah. So
So-
just listen to Brownie talk and then look at the information signs. Interact with the artifacts, or we don't have to tell them that.
This is part of the tutorial.
Okay,
So the tutorial kind of creates a two chance, sometimes three opportunities style. It's not like the instruction doesn't come only once. It comes two or three times in different ways, like it's
yeah.
different ways of Browning saying the same thing, right?
Mhm.
So in this interact with the artifacts, like the information sign is one artifact. Sometimes we have the rocks, and that's it. It's because in one of the scenes we have two information signs. Actually, two of the scenes we have two information signs. So
All right,
yeah,
all right, so I think I think we're on an agreement. I guess, Nesreen, Kavya, are you on board with that also? What do you think?
Yeah, I like these ideas.
Nesreen?
This should be okay.
I don't know where Nesreen is.
It's hard for me to see.
Yeah.
What should I say?
Thing.
Stop sharing? No, it's here. Oh, she's not.
Yes,
Yeah,
maybe. I can't see her face. All right, so, and I'm sorry, you guys, Tavi, you won't be able to see this, so. So we have, up here, volume, and I wrote it down.
Subtitles.
Subtitles, right? And then here, whichever one of these help cards you just click individually, so we have those made, Junior, they're gonna have to be made.
It's made, it's there.
Made all-
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. So click through them again, just with the guy who got, click here. And
Oh, we only have two. This is one and the other is move your head to look around.
we have to make other help cards or anything else. I don't know if we need anything else.
Maybe one that is going to be good is the photo that Shen brought, like showing which button we use to interact. Right?
Yes,
That one is nice.
all right, so that's good.
But they have to use that button to pull up this panel anyway, so they already know how to do that.
Yeah, this is an interesting
Yeah.
mindset, but like we also already know that freaking brownie is the thing. So what we are doing is like offering the fourth layer of support.
Okay, just a
It's-
reminder.
Yeah, it seems to be redundant,
Yeah.
but we never know how the user is going to struggle.
Okay,
So.
Yeah.
In research-based studies, this kind of thing is like just the just-in-time feedback. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. We are always offering you help,
okay.
right? For you not to get stuck. You wanna kiss it?
Uh,
He's doing my
What's the warehouse?
Oh.
That's able.
Well, again, I lost it back.
Oh, it's done.
I lost it back.
Oh.
And which icon we chose to be the,
Yeah, we haven't done that yet, so we
Oh.
have to choose. All right, so we have choice of three things. So the question is, do we just use either a question mark or a hamburger thing like that? Or do we use the one from the other that I think Jillian showed that had it in a balloon? Or maybe Junior showed, I can't remember who showed that.
oh,
Junior did. I like the other one better,
which one? There is a balloon.
the little
here?
balloon with the
Oh,
slider
okay, I see
panel.
what you're talking about. This one.
Although that one, when you look at it, it doesn't have the checklist next to it either,
Oh,
so.
but it's, I brought different options, so.
Yeah, so it'll have the
we will
checklist. to the
get
right.
here and we get the checklist.
I feel like brownie should be the biggest kind of thing you see,
Mm,
and the balloon should be small, like. I feel like he's getting lost in all the balloons a little bit, and all the other things around, or she, sorry. Brownie,
Yeah.
just,
I like
it feels like he was
Yeah.
so small and the
Yeah.
bubbles were like the primary thing, but
shiny throwing.
Ah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I like that better. It seems,
Yeah. But also comparing it to the
I
fridge.
guess. Is that intuitive that people know that it's not just the speech bubble, that it's an icon? Although we talked about, like when they hover over it, there will be signs for it, right? Like it would turn yellow or the ray caster
Yeah.
would turn yellow so they could see that it's something interactable. Because the other balloon isn't interactable. So maybe they should be different. Actually,
Say that again.
the speech bubbles aren't interactables. But that one speech bubble would be, so there's like an inconsistency, like, is it better to just have icons as interactables and the speech bubbles are always just speech?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I-
It should just be
yeah.
an icon.
Yeah, I feel,
Yeah.
I feel the icon itself is more intuitive
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably right. Yeah.
You put like a black shade.
without having to be speech bubble. So the question then is, which, the hamburger or the question mark?
Question mark probably.
So it's actually
They-
hamburger.
I mean, I get the hamburger. But most people would probably be like question mark. Oh,
Yeah, even the notion of hamburger that we use this terminologies from design. No one knows about that, like, oh, this is a.
Yeah,
The
it's
question,
not
I
super
agree with John.
obvious.
Question mark, Kavya, Nasreen, what do you think?
There's also the settings icon,
Yeah.
too, like the gear,
Oh, yeah.
because it does open up the settings as well.
We also could have pause, like I brought it here, it's not, there's no, but could be a pause button.
could be I for info.
Info is the information sign.
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
have access to a
That's
gear
true.
icon real quick, just to pop up?
it should be in there because I had it from the oh, or maybe that's because I brought it in from Watershed Explorers.
Yeah, I think
Where do you get that?
these icons I downloaded from a Unity asset package like 5 years ago, but I have started using one icon map that comes with Oculus, which is
Oh, yeah.
much better.
Like it's just search your name. Of the icon.
Yeah, this
Airplane.
this set of icons is just one file that Oculus mapped. So I started using these ones, and we have lots of.
Probably in there somewhere.
Love that icon. I like that.
Smiley face.
Right here.
Oh, nice.
This is icon.
Let me go to the others thing, because I think I can change it there. Not in the bubbles. So we get. Here. And then change.
You just click on the circle.
Image here.
You just click
There it is.
default setting.
Did you find it?
Settings. Yeah, it's
Icon of the-
one below your cursor. Good idea.
Yeah,
You make it a little bigger.
it's kind of, it's hard to make this magic happen here
Yeah.
because it's all overlaid in the space. Yeah. So I made Brownie Girl for us to have an idea. And then this icon would be going. That way. Yes, thanks.
But we're thinking about things without the balloon though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Just like.
Yeah, can you take off the
icon.
balloon there, Junior, so we can just see what the icon is?
Reset, right?
Yeah, this is hard.
You just drag it
It's just-
above.
Yeah.
Or
Can
just drag
use
it,
the
can you,
image.
yeah, can you just grab the image for the icon and just move it?
Why is this? We should be showing only the, oh, it's because, wait, what?
There's some.
Try to, maybe like
Disable.
disable cam.
Canvas, the
Yeah.
image is gonna go as well.
You move canvas above balloon?
It should not happen like when we disable the balloon, the canvas should stay, but. I don't know what's going on.
Either way, it could probably be easier.
That's weird.
With the ear.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
hard
trying to figure
envision
out,
it, Yeah,
I'm trying to envision if that's intuitive to click for help.
Okay, so I'm gonna create the material here.
I mean, of those three icons, I don't know.
there was another hamburger icon too in that package I saw. That was more of like a solid white circle and then the clear lines. I don't know if that one was more.
I don't know that the gear icon isn't,
Doesn't really look like,
it's not intuitive to
Settings.
me that I'm
Yeah.
gonna go there and get settings
no,
or information or help or something.
you know, because I was looking at the one that showed up on, here. Can I share my screen for a second? I'll show you which one I was thinking of.
Kavya thinks the question mark's the way to go. Is that, Kavya, did you just say the question mark is what you think is most intuitive?
Yeah, I like the question mark.
Oh, the one you have, it's from Watershed Explorers.
Yeah, it's a different one. It looks different.
What's the
It's
green?
behind the
No, I can't
help
find
panel,
where I'm,
in the options panel.
where did I put everything? No, it's up here. Oh, I'm looking. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't find it now.
There, flowing camp, yeah. No, Judy, you have
sorry.
to enable that and disable the help.
Sorry. That one.
So disable the help now.
I
There,
did
yeah.
already. It's just it's really slow. I don't know if that one.
That's the
Oh,
one we have
got
been
it.
using Watershed Explorers.
Right here. I mean, when it has the word options next to it, it looks like options, but when it's just by itself, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, by itself, it just doesn't.
Well, can we put a tooltip? Tooltip, is that what it's called, where you hover over it and it has the text display too, whatever icon we use?
So in this case, we can use the balloon with Brownie and can she says
Oh, yeah, maybe it
whatever
just says
that means.
help or options. you know?
So if you had just the question mark. Can we go back to yours, Junior? And that's for me, I think you disappeared for a minute. I don't know if you had a preference. So if you look at those, so I think if we can try to get it down to one icon, and if you wanted help, you're thinking, oh, I need some assistance, I need help.
Yeah.
Intuitively, and I think I agree with Kavya. If I want help, the question mark is
Yeah.
probably the one that I
Probably.
think would resonate with most people.
Yeah,
I also agree so because like even though it's not like the whole thing, but I feel like yeah, like if I see the question mark, I say like, oh yeah, that's something to like be clickable on. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like that would be like one of the first things.
and during the tutorial, will it say like the help icon to fix your settings or whatever too, so they know what's found
I
in
think
that
we would
at
have-
least.
I think we would have to add
Yeah.
that to the tutorial
Have
that
that.
says that you can click that question mark to get the options.
Yeah,
Jonah, your thoughts?
Yeah, question mark.
yeah,
Question mark. Nasreen, what do you think?
Question mark is good.
yeah.
I like question mark.
All right. I'm sorry, let me just do this. Zhang working on the tutorial text, right?
Yeah.
All right, so. All right, so the decisions we made, I'm gonna read through everything. I got them in the notes. We're gonna make Brownie larger. We're gonna make make the checklist panel stay on Brownie's right.
Also right there.
We just want one icon on Brownie's left. We decided using the question mark. And then we'll go with one panel being displayed. The top would have the volume settings and subtitle settings. The bottom section would have the help cards that the user can click on an arrow to move forward for each help card. We have 2 made already, right? And then we just need to develop a new help card that lets the user know to press the trigger to select the object. And I wrote note C, John used graphic with the controller trigger. And then my other note says, once we finalize the imagery, we'll need to add this to the tutorial text. And I guess one would think for the tutorial, it would, it'd have the question mark, right? And it seems like, I don't know how far, I guess for the tutorial, you'd have to have the question mark and it would show the panel. So we'd have to have those 2 images in the tutorial, right?
Well, we can just take a snapshot in.
Yeah, so maybe what we should do, since you got that there, I don't know if you want to take a snapshot of that, put it into the notes for today, and also probably, I think Junior, maybe it's good to just kind of put it into Zhang Yu's storyboard right now, because we have to add that to the help.
What's so cool?
And I'll just put an at Zhang Yu here, maybe.
So good question. Like the panel, like all of it's gonna be on the same page, right? Like the player won't need to scroll on it.
The only thing that would scroll through is the help cards, right?
But it's already
Already done. Yeah.
done, yeah. We just have to add one more card or 2.
I think that looks pretty good. Seems it's pretty intuitive.
So instead of that, we staging the help. Or rapid concept of art prototype. That's how likely it can be helped. Right. And just like we can help.
All right, and then before I leave today, I'll email John Yu, let him know to add an additional slide.
Yeah, I don't think we need these anymore. Thank you.
Yeah,
And the last one, the checklist. Need to be next to brown. So in the desktop, I created a snapshot showing where the checklist is.
mhm.
We can do the same. Showing that it's. No kidding. What? What? This becomes black and white. Duplicated. Long color. Go to the checklist. We also need to put the outline in yellow. So,
10, 11, and 12 on the slides, right? All right, excellent. Yay, we got a major
Oh.
decision done today.
Not on the top corner, we gotta change the text on brown it to the right of all, next to brown.
Yeah, it's just now top right, but to right of around, yeah. To right.
On brown is right side, wing.
You can't
On
just,
brown is your right wing. Left, oh, this is going to be.
it doesn't delete or take over the other text. That's a screenshot or something.
Here.
Excellent.
Yeah,
That's okay. Okay.
Wait, then just the
You gotta let go of these feelings. These are perfectionist feelings, and we can always be in recovery. I learned that in my first design class in 2017 here we had. These feelings, these details, they cue our productivity.
Okay, all right, so since you can move on now with other updates.
Yeah.
All right, so since last meeting, Nasreen, do you have any updates? Since last meeting?
Yes. I do have updates and I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, I was able to delete all the extra scenes if from the industrial history and leave just the identified scenes. I moved the questions to the staying scene, and I moved the transition video as well. So I'm almost done there. So the only thing that is left is moving the images. If we want to combine images to some specific scenes like Bethlehem, I believe some images need to be moved there, and upload the text and the script that Jonah was working on. And I have a detailed document with every step I took, and the updated version is on plastic. I have many versions there. Oh my God, yeah, it's a long.
I don't think I have downloaded that project here yet, right?
So Nasreen, if you can, under the today's plan and the planning document where we're taking the notes today, if where it says Nasreen has deleted the external scenes link to everything, if you could just kind of put your link there to your documentation, that would be great.
Okay. In the planning document, right?
Yeah, Junior, I don't know, Junior, are you sharing the screen right now?
No.
No. Sure, he'll show you where. Yeah, so like right there, Nasreen is deleted and then just kind of put planning document. I'll just make a note here. Documentation.
Yeah, Junior, I'll need help. If you can please help me with uploading the edited video, the transition from Thomas Iron to Bethlehem. So that is a new video that we need to upload and connect.
Wait, quick question.
Can you stay after this meeting, or Nazreen? I have 1 hour support after this meeting.
I can stay for 30 minutes.
I think it's gonna be faster than that, so it's fine.
Okay,
Actually, let me check. I'm sorry. I want to make sure that I don't have a meeting. Actually, I do have a meeting right after. So I think that can wait. We have meeting next Tuesday.
Monday.
No, she and I.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, let me, tell me, I remember you put a action item for me to help you with that. You need
Yes.
to place the video, the old video with the new one that you created, right?
Yes. If you can put their directions, maybe I can follow the directions. and do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna show you very quickly, and then you'll see it's piece of tape. It's just replacing a video file. You will do very fast. It's
Okay.
better. Yeah, I will answer the question that you assigned to me with the answer. All right,
Thank
with the
you.
steps. Okay.
That's good.
Wait, quick question. I thought we already have like a video of Thomas Iron to Bethlehem. Is that not the one?
It's the same she made, isn't it?
Where she's asking about like uploading that onto the.
No, she wants to, she's in another project. She's in the desktop
Uh-huh.
version.
Yeah.
She wants to learn how to replace the video file because she duplicated the video player across the photo spheres. The old connections were the same video, but this new from Thomas Iron to Bethlehem, it goes straight and passes through Allentown. So the
Oh,
old
I see.
video stops in Allentown. She wants to see how we swap the video.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. Jonah, where is your vision? Everybody's waiting for that.
When I was vision, I made it on.
you couldn't find your documentation last Monday, Jonah.
Yeah,
Taking notes of. If you could put your link to your documentation into the planning document. So last Monday,
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
one of the issues, let me see where the notes here. So Quan was testing the loading of the VR version scenes and he had an issue with the 2022 yellow version. And he needed to get in touch with you.
yeah. We talked.
Yeah, we
about the meeting. I don't even know why.
It's like Chona didn't have any issues.
I don't have
but
it.
Yeah.
My headset.
Did you compare like for him to see what's happening on his?
No, it's just like a 5 minute conversation before the meeting began.
Oh,
Yeah, because like,
We
so,
saw-
yeah,
so you
also
still need to work on that. Right.
Okay. I think I might try on like the Alienware PC later, because like I made like all my settings to be the same with what's on the document before that. And as well as like was an Ivy Green, but that didn't work. So I'm probably gonna try to see if the Alienware PC works.
So you're gonna look at it on this computer.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
because if that's
And that's a good idea.
And if it works here, like out of the box, it's because one check works, it's not checked or unchecked. It's always like that. That's why I told you, like, have you compared yet? Because whatever it's here, it's the optimal configuration and then just take snapshots and make arrows. so that you
That's
can.
weird, because like I made my settings to be like what he did in the top, but it didn't work so.
Yeah, this is always something to be checked.
Okay.
Kavya, do you have any updates for us today?
I still have a couple more of the cloud left. I think like 5 to 10, which I want to knock out this weekend. And I had a meeting with Junior the other day, and I was told that I would be assigned something new. I was wondering if you know about
Oh,
that.
yeah. So I talked to Kavya and I was wondering if you think you had any idea of what she could be helping us with. She said that she's willing to help in any area. So if you
Headsets, getting stuff into the headsets.
see Kavya, so he thought about the same thing. I also told her, like, if Dr. Bodzin doesn't have an idea, I would rather have her own headsets because it's a skill building.
Headsets, because Kavya, I think, yeah, I mean, if you're done with the cloud, when you're done with the cloud task, I think it'd be good to move you into helping, the group here into headsets, because when we get back into, the fall semester, that's what I kind of envisioned was you definitely joining up with, Juan and Jonah working on headsets. I think what'll happen with, mystery of the Lehigh Gap, it's just a matter of getting the pieces put together. That's something that I think we can have GI on and maybe Sean, you work on to finish that off when the fall
Yeah,
semester
yeah,
starts, and have everybody else kind of focus on the headsets, getting everything finished in the headsets.
Yeah. And we also decided, like, just to remind everyone that that game is not immersive enough, so it makes more sense in desktop.
Yeah.
What we might do in the future is just like a spin-off of the diorama or visiting the Lehigh Gap, because it has photospheres, but not going to the past, because in the past there's nothing 360 wide, right?
And I think just programming, trying to get those games to work in the headset is just gonna be a
I have a
bigger,
picture,
yeah.
I have one VR picture where, there's no slingshot level.
Yeah,
I can picture that in VR. I can picture how fun it would be. But again, vision is different than.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
reality.
yeah, reality, yeah.
But yeah.
And the initial vision was much simpler than that. We were going to use the box, the cube thing,
Yeah.
and put the 2D here, and we would just create a 3D environment for the mind, for the use a 360 photo from the West Plant or whatever, but it's a lot of steps that don't add value. So
Yeah,
the
So I-
content is really there.
so I'm thinking it might be good for Kavya to just join these two to, again,
We in
we have,
we fucking like kind of meeting with her, give her like a rundown. That's.
that'd be good.
Oh, by the way, Juan, maybe Kavya could help. Like, I had envisioned Kavya, because she isn't here, she's in New Jersey. She doesn't have a headset. So you can have her help you with the low and sometimes medium priority. For example, Juan, you need to put all the connections of the highlighted words. She can do like this in 5 seconds because she's great at
Yeah. that'd be a
Jonah,
great task.
whatever you find that it's like, it doesn't need to be tested in a headset, and it's also under your medium or
Yeah.
low, ask Kavya. And then just one task from each of you at a time. So, all the 3 of you will have 3. You have 2 to 3, he has 2 to 3 tasks, and she always have 2, 1 from each of you. So it's a very nice division of the tasks.
Yeah, I think that'll work really well.
That reminds me, I have a question.
Question, go ahead.
Yeah, so with I was doing something photos too, and I was like, if I had the photos, right, this material itself, I had to, I think one of the work that I did is I like individually made each everything.
Explain, please.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so, give me this. With the photos responsive with the material. how do you get this material in the inspector? You can't drag it in there.
Oh, great question. So I don't know if you recall, in our first under the hood, it was the topic of photospheres. So for us to have access to the project skybox, it's in the lighting settings. So you should go to window, general. No, not general, sorry, rendering, lighting, yeah. And then you can dock this lighting window behind the inspector, because we usually use that a lot in this kind of project. Yeah, and then you click environment. In the environment, you have access to the skybox material. See skybox one?
Yeah.
That's where you change the skybox material.
Okay, so then how would it pop up? So like, for example, when I went back and like made my own drag, hard, like, you know, to think myself, how can I get that? Like, I can't just like go to, go to,
Oh, okay, go there again, I'm sorry. Yeah,
like this, I can, like, if I want to get the material on,
can you see that arrow right under the thumbnail?
yeah, check that.
No, up. Arrow. Oh, there are two arrows. The gray arrow, right at, yeah,
Yeah,
that's where you plug the photosphere that you want. The photo. So we use the same, we use the same material.
no, I'm saying like. If I were to just like make a new game object called Photosphere, right, we just for the argument. If I were to just go like that, I not even off. So if I were to like hard reach that, like this is a new game object, and I was, you know, put the form setting, the spirit setting, that's rather in the spirit ladder. This will, there's no option to put this in. I guess I'm asking, like,
This will happen if you have the sphere, the mesh. If you remove the sphere on the second component, go there. No, there. Remove the sphere. No, not the component, just the sphere. Click and hit delete. It should update, because that thing, the shader material, is connected to the mesh. What might be happening here is that plastic is noting that it has been checked out, and Unity and plastic haven't done their homework yet. I think it was Nesrin or Gia and I, there was or Ricardo, I don't know. Stuff that don't make sense because plastic is in the way. So that's why I always recommend, do not open plastic window, because it always add extra layers of glitch.
I was unbelievably aggravated because as you can see in this scene, like I was trying to work with the game and you just did a rocket to rocket. I was testing. And if I go to game, no matter what it's not there. But I'm just
All right. So that's exactly what I told you. Go to lighting, the skybox one, it's this cloud, whatever.
Yeah.
So if you put one of the skyboxes that we created, I think it's here, right? And you can even click that circle. And then you increase the size of the slider for you to see the thumbnails. Go back there. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so used to it. Yeah. The slider to the right, below the X button. Right top corner.
right.
Yeah, increase the slider for you to see the thumbnails of the materials. More. So you can see like Francis 1, Francis 2, all of these are individual sphere textures. So this is the place where you should click to replace.
Okay.
And when you click to game, it's because, do you have two photospheres at play?
No, I got. So I'm thinking of material. Yeah, so.
It's Bethlehem, it's named Bethlehem 2.
That one brief. Now, okay. No,
Yeah, and this is the old way, because
Yeah,
it's, you do your, yeah.
That's what you, that's what would be confused, since like on the, in the scene, it has this. But in the game, like in this.
The scene is showing the photosphere is here.
Yeah.
That you create. If you hide the photosphere in the inspector. There you go. Because this,
Oh, because
the
it's
sky-
no longer a photosphere.
the skybox is the entire space. A photosphere, it's an actual 3D sphere that you put the photo as the texture.
So, then why isn't like this popping up in the game? Like, even though the photosphere is painful.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? It's like the player spawns, whatever, not spawn, it's like start, would start right here, this way. But when they click play, it's each other. Not the photo.
Because have you checked your OVR player controller position? It might not be located at the very center of the sphere. And for you to say, yeah.
There we go. All right here.
So this, are you in the center of the sphere?
Yeah.
Scroll up, down, please. Out, I'm sorry. Out. Go to the camera. There's something activated in the camera. No, I want to see the very camera object in the center eye. So in the camera, you have the culling mask. And then you have skybox, clear flag skybox, and culling mask everything. Whatever combination you do this, you see that some things are not rendered anymore and others are rendered. So what might be happening now for you is that it's not even rendering the photosphere, it's going straight to the skybox. So you change these configurations in the camera. And then, for example, if you choose solid color, it's going to show a color.
Now it's, yeah.
Yeah. So you have to make these combinations over there.
Yeah, I made some.
This is exactly the place, for example, when you create only a camera for UI. So you want to render only the UI elements, not whatever is behind the UI. So you ask in these combinations just to render the UI elements on the UI camera. So,
Very helpful.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, Quan, do you have updates?
Okay, so it work for me, so can I share my screen for me?
yes, that's the journal stop sharing this. Yeah.
Okay, so for this week,
Oh, wait, please. We haven't seen the dialogue manager yet.
Oh,
And while you're preparing, Juan, show your stuff now.
okay, so
please.
share it. So for this, like for last week, I've been mainly focusing on applying the scene transitioning for all the scenes in the game. And these, like, I finished all the scenes, which are like the scenes here. And they can transition each between. Also, a question: the way that I'm applying photosphere, with like the photospheres by changing the material here. Is that okay?
Hmm?
Yeah, like say, like I change the material here. Is that kind of like
If
that?
it's working, yeah. There are
Yeah,
many
okay.
ways of doing the same thing in the mirror.
Yeah.
And in this case, remember, you are changing the photo, the 360 photo of the 3D sphere. You need to decide in the end whether the game will be using the photosphere 3D sphere or the photosphere skybox workflow.
Okay. So after that, I basically just prepped all the scene. Like I changed for simulators to use the same controls. I like put in the notes to make it work, like transitioning between scenes and the videos. Like what the wait, I mean, yeah. So it would be this scene, and I don't know what, but I ran into some problems of like missing scripts, and that might be because of when I was like transitioning my stuff between green and yellow, I might have messed up some stuff. So I've also fixed that. And I also tried fixing the VR problem, which I haven't been able to successfully do yet. And when so what's all like, I was all testing this in the simulator for like being quick. However, when I tried to like build and run, it gave me this error. Yeah, that when I tried to, wait, come on, can I hide this? No.
This issue is from
Yeah,
the
this one.
Unity changing plastic and game dashboard or whatever.
Yeah,
So-
so it gave me an error whenever I tried to build and run, and I don't know why. It's probably because I tried like switching platforms. Wait, can you read that?
You
That's the-
should have been on Android, right?
Yeah, I was doing it on like the Alien PC and like the lab down
Uh-huh.
there, and I don't know what I changed specifically, but basically, the simulator isn't running for me anymore. Wait, wait, how can you stop this? Okay. So when I try to go in here and use like the Shift and Z controls for the desktop simulator of the VR, it doesn't work anymore.
Click. No, click first on the photos here, hold shift and.
Yeah, I am. And I tried it.
Go to the VR or VR or whatever place it, the
I think
simulator
was
is there.
this one, right?
So it's
Yeah,
disabled. Go up. Wait, there was one that was disabled. Go a little down. This is the simulator, the editor input.
Yeah, I basically changed it all to left shift and Z for dragging and clicking.
Click the OVR camera transform to see it's the same one.
Like the transform?
No, go down, go down. Go down. Click the objects that you plugged into the place down there. The colored one over there. Yes, that one. Jonah, have you ever tried to use the emulator on 2022 dot?
No, because let me show you like the plastic, like this is the build, so this is like when I applied everything and the simulator was still working at a point. But this is like when I changed like settings and stuff and the simulator stopped working. I ran into a problem there. So I mean, like if the worst comes to worst, I can still like revert to back to that change there.
So if
see
he
what's
was working for you in your very prior
Yeah,
change set, it's one of those details of development that got unchecked and then it's killing you.
so
And you have a track record of sending me messages and then because I take a while to answer. Oh, no, I never mind, I figure out. This happens to everyone. So you are just in the middle of the process of figuring it out again.
yeah.
Not the opposite. I always try to figure something out myself before I ask for help.
But how long do you wait for asking for help? This is a skill because when we don't ask for help, like I used to be like this, I feel like we are old dogs holding to a bone and we don't let go. And then when see we burn 4 or 5 hours stuck and the frustration level like goes to maximum. No,
Also like just
I learned this from him, like 30 minutes,
So-
1 hour talks, ask for help.
I'm not, with that error message, I mean, I'm looking at the plastic subscription account. I can't figure out anything why you would be getting that error
it's like-
message.
I know, go there, please, again.
go to
It's in
the
the
Unity
cloud. Click on the cloud object next to your name.
thing.
Yeah.
How can, or how do I do it?
So this is an issue that Unity created for us. Oh, actually, that was not the one.
But then it's like the package
It's in
manager.
the general settings of the project.
Project settings, I suppose.
Project settings, yeah. General, is that general over there?
I don't think this general here. It's graphic, but
In the past, there used to be a general where we,
I think perhaps.
Player settings, no,
Clear setting.
over there, down. Bottom left corner,
There.
not like you were there.
Okay, gotcha.
Project,
Mm.
no, that's not project value. So they removed the bottom, when we used to click the cloud, it showed us like you lost the connection to the organization. That's why the yellow alert comes, unable to access Unity service. Please log in or request membership.
Alright, I feel weird because like.
Are you logged in?
Yeah,
Yes,
it seems
AL.
so, let me check my Unity top. Yeah, it's logged in, so because I feel like if I haven't logged out, it would have like complained me at some other points, but it never did, so.
I'm checking the Unity dashboard here.
Is that me, the AL?
No, it's him.
Or, or again, like, since I'm gonna be using the Alienware PC to check like the VR problem later, I might as well try and build and run on there. Because that's the lab account, so it should have it.
Wait, one, I'm almost there.
Yeah, we wanna make sure that we can, we wanna solve this problem here right now.
Okay.
if possible.
So you are a member of the Lehigh River Immersive Learning. You
Mhm.
are a user. Like everybody else. Project members.
And this is IVR.
Yellow, IVR1 yellow 2023.
Yeah, like, I'm already a member in there, right? Because I've been like
On
pushing,
this list from the projects, IVR yellow.
wait, what?
Yeah, but this is not, this is on Unity's dashboard. He and I are on the same page. It's showing only old stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Unity dashboard.
Guest project.
And under the drop downs, like it defaulted to me flood adventure, and I have like puzzle 3, 2, 1 mystery, Lehigh Gap story. And under all projects, I'm just not seeing, I see IVR green.
Did you see IVR green? Because I
Yeah.
don't see IVR. Oh, I see IVR1 green.
I see IVR 1 green, but I'm not
Mhm.
seeing the yellow.
Wait, just the fact that it was made from this computer changing.
No, 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 no. It's exactly this issue here. Because
Yeah,
at some point, when Unity merged back plastic into its DevOps or whatever, it really created an issue because all the old project ID numbers were cut. So that's why we get this message here. We will need to find the general thing. Can you click that?
I do that. Well, that's concerning that I can't pull up IVR yellow on
Which
this.
one?
Wait, Dr. Bob, it's not gonna show there. Click here, please, one. Let's, if it's plastic, we will not click.
Right, that's not plastic, right? That's just history.
Click here now. We're not gonna find one. No. Click here.
Okay. Yeah,
No.
right.
We need to find project general settings.
Did we go to window?
Windows.
General.
Oh, general, you're right. Wait,
Services, services. That's the one.
DevOps?
Where is services?
Yeah, this is the services one.
Oh, they changed it. Try to authentication here, game backend. This is new.
Authentication.
Who organized?
Back
But they did it without letting us know. That sucks. I don't.
For like line like 153 down there.
Mhm.
All right, we're past 2:30, so I just wanna,
We can fix that.
yeah,
afterwards.
yeah, we'll work with this on afterwards, and
Mhm.
I guess, Junior, we should take a look at my Unity
Gotcha.
admin portal in a second too.
Okay.
So before we quote officially adjourn, I know we have some things to talk about too. Anything else?
Oh, wait, are we gonna view Chona's like dialogue manager?
We need, otherwise.
Yeah, all right,
Ms.
let's
Ring
take a
won't
look
be
at-
able to do anything.
Yeah,
I am
sorry, Miss
also
Ring
waiting
left
for him.
already, so, but it's okay, we've got it recording, so yes. Go ahead and look at the dialogue manager.
I think they continue exit fire. Continue. Continue. Exit.
And I'll click the options button.
Wait, oh,
With, yeah, options there. Change to Spanish. So
Language is.
we need that, Jonah. Or last week. And why, is this an issue or that you need help with,
No.
or
No, again. Exactly.
this is high priority, very high priority, like imagine a dark red, yeah.
You got it.
All right, so what is it that, so I can get it in the notes, what is it that,
Jonah needs to finalize his vision on the dialogue manager to make sure that it translates by clicking one button.
but Chona, you're using left out for the simulator right now, right? To look it off.
This is.
The simulator.
Use the desktop. one.
Oh, this desktop version. Also have a question a little bit about like the expo next week, because like we need to submit a poster. I don't know, like the expo is not next week, but yeah, we need to like submit a poster for like by Monday, is the deadline. So for like like we have a poster for like last expo, but like should our poster focus more on the summer or the projects as a whole?
Just summer.
Summer, so it'll be our game and the high story, right?
What's the best way to make a post?
Huh?
What's the best way we can make a post?
And we have like a format.
We have
Maybe
lots
can
of
do one.
examples.
yeah, I mean, it's usually a PowerPoint file, right?
Yeah.
You usually do it within PowerPoint, with the dimensions from
We have to
Bill.
pay for that?
No, like we already
No,
made one
just send
last
a-
semester, you see that?
Send the file to Bill, and then they'll take care of the print. I think he
One.
wants it
Okay.
by, did he say what Monday he wants?
Yeah, we must put it in the talk by Monday.
Monday.
That was that was
This
in
Monday.
Gmail.
You are the one who had the poster creation lesson with me here, right?
Yep.
We recorded that, right?
I don't know if we recorded
Oh, yeah.
that, but yeah, we did do that.
So
We basically.
it's a matter of vision as well. You can apply your design and, but just make sure that for you not to suffer, you follow that how to split out the space of
Yeah.
the
Our
poster.
Ready, our poster can be in the,
Oh. Oh, it's not my glasses again.
Can you see that poster over there? I would like, since it's two projects, I would recommend splitting the space in the middle between two vertical boxes.
I already have a visual.
So go ahead and execute the vision.
Wait, and do you know if like we're gonna be presenting in this room again, or we're gonna be?
Probably, I don't know.
Yeah,
You'll probably get this room again, I bet. I guess the question is, will you have anything ready in the prototypes and the headset for people to come in and check out by finding?
we can, we will, we must.
Probably. But
And when is this thing again?
Yeah,
It's the 11th of August?
I think so.
Wait, I
It's the
thought it was
last
like.
day. Oh, maybe it's.
Yeah, I would like,
Well,
I
actually,
noticed
it's
in
like
August.
4%.
It only goes, okay,
Third, fourth, and fifth, way better.
The 15th
so 2 more weeks,
Saturday.
Then fourth,
with Saturday?
Friday.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, so it's 15 days from now. Jonah, translation system with your vision.
Basically, all inside.
Ms. Ring and I are waiting for you.
Okay,
Oh, Juan,
Yeah.
also the journal manager and gallery manager. You can ask Kavya to help with that if you need.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. Couple send her a message and have that.
So all the projects are the photos here with duplicated and stuff. the high gap story, we made a breakthrough today, and the interface is
Yeah.
decided. Gideon is burning in flames, doing excellently well. I couldn't say any better than that. So
I don't,
just,
what should I keep, what should I do? Just keep making? Should I work on,
I will send you the panel. Like prefab panel of that thing, the thing that we created. I'm gonna check him out.
yeah, I was looking in yours already. I saw.
And
I
then
checked them, but I,
You can
now I
start,
have a better understanding of how to do that panel and.
you can start duplicating the scenes because,
scenes.
and then you change the photos here, la, la, la.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Also,
See what I can do.
a question, like, I just wanted to have to make sure, but. You the like documents about the issue of like journal manager, right? And the panic
about
doc,
what?
like the issue of like the journal manager, because I'm understanding like that it's just like understanding the thing, but. I haven't really looked into the problem yet. Like the thing that you want to fix of like the journal manager specifically.
I can't remember, like, so this software.
It's like,
No.
have a
Doing it
those do
for
that, I feel like
Right.
will be just like